the code book is written in such a way that whomever picks up the code book, which is just a guide, what I have written is just a guide, and is segmented into 9 areas of activity. And the 9th area of activity is war, counter-war. But all of these areas of activity blend one into the other. What affects politics affects education. What affects education affects war. What affects war affects religion, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's all a part of the same cloth, you might say, like a blanket made up of different little patches and whatnot. Old-fashioned blanket made up of different types of cloth, but it's all the same blanket. So the world is the same way. It's all just one piece of cloth. All right? You can't really separate one from the other. I mean, it's all, the world is the world, and we're all in it. Okay?
Well,
so now, and a counter-racist code operates the same way. You're in the prison system, so each prisoner, and I keep emphasizing this, has to make his or her choice about what he or she will do about racism wherever he or she may be in the prison system, based on what they think will work. And all of the book that I have written, the part that I have written of what I call a code, which is not a complete code, there's no such thing as a complete code until all problems are solved. But the contribution, if you want to call it that I have made is just a sort of a guide about what some of the things a person can choose to do, but they have to choose to do it depending on whether or not they think it will work. It's just like, working, you're in a big building, and, you're doing whatever you're doing in the building, and if the building is a place that produces lettuce, I mean, wherever you are in that building that produces lettuce, you just do the part of handling the lettuce that you do. And if you come up on a way of doing it that's different from the ways that everybody else is doing it, I mean, you just do that because you say, well, we have to have the lettuce at a certain temperature in this part of the building that's different from the lettuce and the temperature in the other part of the building.
Yes.
I mean, on account of the air conditioning is different and all like that. So you just do that. So everything is addressed to the individual person. See, that's one thing that we don't understand. It always comes down to individuals. Why? Because the concept is this, and the white supremacists understand this concept. You solve the problems of each individual person by having a code of thought, speech, and action for that individual person that fits his or her circumstances. Then you solve the problem of all individual persons. That's why each individual white supremacist can go anywhere alone, because they are not alone, because they are taking what with them? Not all the other white supremacists in the world. They're alone.
Yes.
But that's all they need, because they got one other thing with them, and that's what? A white code.
A white code.
And what is a white code? Things that you do, things that you don't do.
Alrighty.
Things that you say, things that you don't say. And they have found out that having a code that's designed to always serve you wherever you are, and they have, by trial and error, made it work better than any other code that any other people have ever produced in the recorded history of the world.